There it is.
And good morning, everybody. Good morning. Happy Monday. How was your weekend? We had a great weekend. I had a good weekend.
Yes, it wasn't exactly a productive weekend.
We tried.
We did try.
We were doing a tile job. We went to the job twice, which was a long drive, and each time we really couldn't go forward, but that's okay.
Miscommunication.
Well, you know what the key is like I was saying to you yesterday, it didn't bother me because the entire journey was joyful in that we live in a beautiful state. So the drive itself was wonderful and beautiful, and we live on the coast. So if you enjoy the journey and enjoy every part of the journey, then the outcome doesn't really matter to you. Like if we were going there expecting to get stuff done and really, I mean, we were expecting to, but I mean, really putting our heart into it, and you have to go with the flow. Sometimes things don't work out the way that you want them to. So that's what happens. But anyway, we had a fantastic weekend. It was Mother's Day weekend, and I hope you all happy Mother's Day, and I hope you all spent some time with your moms if you could, or at least in your heart. And congratulations to all the mothers. It's Mother's Day every day. That's the way I look at it. So this morning, I'm talking about courage. And courage, David had a really good definition of courage the other day that I really, really liked. So go ahead and tell us what you were thinking about when you thought about courage.
Yeah. No, my first thought on that was it's about failure, because once you've failed at something or enough things and made it through, you know that you're going to be fine no matter what happens. So you can just have complete confidence going into pretty much any venture. And that's one of the great things about getting older. It's like you've already been through so many attempts and failures at so many different things that you're like, I'll be fine. And you can try stuff that a lot of other people wouldn't try.
Now, we're born with courage as babies. When we come out of the womb, we are born perfect with courage and everything that we need to sustain life. But what happens is we get conditioned as we go along, whether it be from our families, society, everything that we take in, we're conditioned in a different way. So we may lose touch with our courage. We all have courage. We all have courage inside of us, but sometimes we lose touch with that courage. So it's about, if you're not feeling courageous, then try some things out of the box, some things that you are like, oh my goodness, I can't do that. I've always wanted to try it, but I can't do, try some of those things. You may fail. And if you do, you get back up and you try it again, if that's what you want to do. Someone that I know has displayed probably the biggest amount of courage I've ever seen in a human being. And she's my friend Aggie Masta, and you'll find her on Facebook. She's been battling cancer, and I know a lot of people have battled cancer, but she's been battling cancer for 5 years. They told her a few months ago that she was in stage 4 cancer, and told her that there was nothing left for her to do. She's from the UK. There was nothing left for her to do. But she has so much courage that even though everything that they tried has failed, she's not giving up, and she gets back up and she tries over and over again. To this day, you've heard the story before, she's in Mexico right now because they found hopefully an alternative way to cure this cancer that she has. And like I said, she's in stage 4. And she ended up getting pneumonia, ended up in a coma for 11 days, came out of the coma and pneumonia, which she had a 50-50 chance of surviving. She's now can't walk because of the damage that has done to her, but she's still not giving up. That's courage. That is courage right there. Just the immense amount of courage it takes to stand up and keep trying. She is in dire need of a blood transfusion. So if you are
O negative or A negative, and you live in the Tijuana or the San Diego area, let us know. Probably Yeah, mostly in the San Diego
Well,
area.
Tijuana. They're going to have to make it to Tijuana to give the blood because they can't.
Right, but San Diego's just
right. But you're going to have to go to Tijuana. But anybody who has that can give blood, she's in need of a blood transfusion, and it's a dire need, and she's hanging on. She's got so much courage. I don't know if I was faced with that, if I would have that much courage. It's pretty amazing. So sending out our love and healing energies to Aggie this morning. And if you know of any way that we can raise money to help her, to get her home, she wants to go home, to be home. She doesn't want to end up staying in Mexico. So anyway, but we all can find courage within ourselves. And sometimes it's revisiting some of the things that we've done when we were younger. We had, usually when you're a kid, you have a lot of courage. You're jumping the bikes and you're doing climbing and doing this stuff. And we forget about those things. We forget about the things we've done. So revisit some of those things. Find your courage today. Or try some new things that you have been wanting to try. Kettlebell is one of them. We do kettlebell training here. So if you're
a great idea.
Yeah. And I've talked to a few people recently that have said, hey, we've been talking about getting kettlebells or learning kettlebell lately.
That's the first step.
That's right. Now's the time.
First, you talk about it.
Yeah. And then you just do it. You try it. And if you fail, you keep trying it. Look at me. I'm learning. I fail all the time with kettlebell. But I'm still here and I have the courage to keep going. And that's what I'll do because I'm seeing it work on my body. I'm seeing it work with my brain and how I think about things and the strength of not just the physical strength, but the strength to carry on and go forward. All right. Well, we are here with the expert, Sensei David Hills. He is the kettlebell expert and the body expert. So we're going to get started with a little bit of a warm up. So if you guys are sitting, you need to sit up a little bit of warm up here before we start our training. Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Perfect. Let's bounce.
And we've got some hops. We've talked about this before. You just want to drop your arms down. You can get fancy if you want. You can do, you don't have to jump. You can go like this, or you can go like this. But the key is to drop your shoulders and your arms down. It's like literally like you can feel the tension just coming out of the tips of your fingers. And this is karate chop or water off the hands. Same type of thing. You're bending your legs slightly and just dropping your shoulders and arms down. Just flicking your hands, just getting that water off your hands, getting the tension out of your shoulders and your arms. And heart openers, open our hearts. And we can feel the gratitude for everything that we have in our lives. And as we come around, we do some body tapping. And you can tap wherever you want on your body, as hard as you want. Body tapping. Maybe we'll do body tapping tomorrow.
Sure.
I like body tapping. Do a little bit of a side twist. Don't forget to turn this leg so that you don't torque your knee. And we're tapping, body tapping as we come around to the side. Just waking everything up, getting our cells going, getting the blood moving in our bodies. Beautiful. The weather was really nice this weekend up here too. It's still early spring for us, so there's a little twinge of coolness in the air, but the sun was out and it was really great to see the sun. The leaves are starting to really come out and the grass is turning green. So it looks so much better than all the brown mess that you get right after winter. But on the other hand, what we have up here is a little bug called a tick. And for those of you who do not live in the Northeast, you probably don't know what a tick is.
They have them everywhere, just not as bad as
We've got them so bad. So they're so bad up here. It's ridiculous. You can't even walk out on your lawn without getting ticks on you. So, it's really a serious business. Ticks are, in terms of they transmit a couple of diseases, and they're just little tiny things, but my oh my, they can create some damage. Lyme disease can be a life-altering disease that stays with you for the rest of your life if you get it bad enough. You have to have antibiotics, and ticks transmit Lyme disease, and they can do it on your pet. They can do it on you. And also there's another disease that they transmit. It's called anaplasmosis. I've actually had anaplasmosis, and so has David, and it's no joke. I had to go have a full thing of antibiotics, and I was sick for probably 2 or 3 weeks, sicker than I've ever been in my entire life, all from a little tiny bug that was on me. So this time of year, all through summer, you just really want to check your pets, check your kids, check your body. If you feel a little tickle on your body, look and see what it is. I found, I saw 3 ticks on me, caught 2. I don't know where the other one is. Hopefully it's that one that you got off my head this morning.
Mm-hmm.
But I was laying in bed and felt a tickle on my side, and I went like this, and it was a tick. So I got up and put it in the toilet, flushed it down the toilet. But anyway, it's no joke. Lyme's disease is no joke. I have a friend, one of Bree's friends, has it, and it's affected her entire life.
Yeah.
It'll change your life. So
it's bad.
Anyway.
All right, let's do it.
I'll give you the floor.
All right, put the kettlebell between your feet. Good. All right, kettlebell between your feet. Fold at the hip. Sit way back, hands on the handle of the bell, seat your shoulders. Drive into the heels to pick up. Good. Now, bring it around your body. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9,
10.
Other way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
9. Bring your feet a little closer together. Pass it back and forth.
You're using your hips here. So it may look to you like we're swinging our arms to make it move. We're actually using the core of our bodies as the engine, as the power to swing this. And you can, and at the beginning when you do this, you can't really feel it. It develops over time. I can feel it now.
Okay, bring the kettlebell to one side, hold the other hand up at the shoulder. You're gonna hoist it up and catch it. Your thumb goes through the handle, palm is flat on the ball. Swing it again and catch it. 2, 3.
I can feel my muscles in my core working, to
hold here. Press it overhead. Return to the rack. Again. 2.
Sorry, I thought we were swinging.
3, 4, 5. Okay, let's put it together now. Swing, catch, 1. Swing, catch, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change hands. This one at your shoulder. Swing it up and catch it. Again. 2, 3, 4, 5, hold. 2 hands, press it overhead. Return to the rack. 2. Go to full lockout. 3. 4. 5. Pull it in. Now, swing it, re-rack it, press it. 1. Rack. Swing it, catch. 2. 3. 4. 5. Pull it in, set it down. Punch. Very good. Okay. Put the kettlebell handle east and west. Stand in front, stand with the kettlebell between your feet. Put it almost all the way towards the right foot. Turn your feet towards the right. Left hand on your hip. Right hand on the inside of your thigh. Hip goes back. Hip goes forward. Now, when I say forward, we're actually now talking kind of east and west.
Side to side, yeah.
So, kicking my hip to the left, I'm not going to bend down. I'm not going to curl my spine. I'm just going to keep my spine straight and my arm straight. The fact that my hip goes over lowers my hand. Once I can reach the bell, I move my hip back across. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Going to 10. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Set it down. Facing to the front, slide it to the left. Turn your feet to the left, right hand on the right hip. Left hand inside of the thigh. Find the motion of your hip. Way back until your hand grabs the handle. Back leg is straight. Now push the hip forward to left. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Set it down. Back up. Good. Very nice. Feet to the front, kettlebell to the middle. All right, how you feel?
Good.
All right. So I'd like to do some snatches.
Okay.
So we're going to go all the way to the top, one motion. And I really want to work on that lockout position. At the top of the snatch, right? Pull the kettlebell, keeping the elbow in tight, launching it overhead. A lot of people end up here at the top of the snatch. This is not going to cut it. This has to have my arm perfectly straight and perfectly plumb. Plumb is a term that means perpendicular to the line of gravity, right? Line of gravity is going down through your body. You want to be aligned with it. So I guess it isn't perpendicular to the line of gravity, perpendicular to the earth. Let's put it that way. It follows the line of gravity. So wrist straight, not bent, wrist straight, elbow straight, the arm is plumb. And the last thing is you don't want your shoulders like this. You want your shoulders level. So shoulders level, arms straight, and in. You might have to take this other arm and physically pull it into position. That's okay. It might not want to go all the way at first. This is what you have to fight for during your snatch exercise. At the top of the snatch, you're going to pause for a moment and check in with the position of your arm. Don't lie to yourself, right? If you can see in a mirror, glance at the mirror. With us, we have a screen in front of us so we can see our own form, right? If you're here, make it so that the next one is here. Make it so the next one is here. Work it towards the center. Try to get to the center line on the track, on the path up, and it traverses the center line on the path down. Right?
Now, some helpful hints is if you video yourself, you can see yourself in your video, and also, or if you do it in front of a mirror. But it's really helpful to be able to see yourself and what you're doing.
Yeah, once you understand what proper form is, you should be able to recognize it. You'll start seeing it in all kinds of sports, not just weightlifting. Okay. Are we ready?
Yep.
All right. So we're going to do 10 on each side, 2 sets of 10. Total of 40 snatches. Here we go. 1. Go to lockout. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Change hands. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Change hands. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Last set. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Pull it in. Set it down. Nice. You know, a lot of you folks, they're like, oh, my arm doesn't go that way. My arm doesn't do that. Trust me, it does. It's just that you prevent yourself from doing it. It's psychological. Our body has fail-safe mechanisms in it that tell us when we've moved too far. You have to overcome those. The only way to overcome them is to push through them when it comes to flexibility. Here's an example. If I stand like this most of you could put your leg up on a table or something that puts a 90-degree bend in your legs. And you could probably also do it this way. Now, there isn't any connection from one leg to the other. So what's to stop you from putting them both out at the same time? It's your mind. Your brain tells you that if you do this, you're going to hurt yourself. But the truth is, you're not. Your brain stops you. You have to convince yourself. That's what stretching is. Stretching is all about convincing your subconscious mind that if you do something consciously, it's not going to injure you.
Now, I have a great example of this. So part of this has to do with your physical body, but part of it has to do with your mind, and part of it has to do with things inside of you that are blocking this. And I'll give you a really good example. Our friend Luke the Drifter, you can see him on YouTube. Him and his family moved to Mexico, a good friend of ours. He recently had a breakthrough with some old feelings and emotions that he's been dealing with over the past few years. And as soon as he broke through that, he was able to do physical things that he has never, ever been able to do in terms of flexibility, strength. So our minds hold us back, but also we hold and harbor emotions and feelings. We hold them in our bodies tightly. We hang on to them because we don't, partly because we don't want to experience them. They're scary. They don't feel good a lot of times. And partly we just don't know. That's our mechanism of trying to get through whatever is happening at the time as quickly as possible. And instead of going through the emotions, we hold them in our bodies. And that also will hold you back from physical things. As soon as he broke through that plethora of emotions, he was able to do physical things that he's never been able to do before.
You just said it right now. You said hold back. And that's what we do. We hold on. In this instance, she's talking about holding on in our back. Okay. We're going to do swing to the rack and lunge. Are you ready? Here we go. You want to do a heavy kettlebell?
This is my heavy one.
All righty. Okay. It's not going overhead. That's why I'm using mine. This is just a leg.
Is that a bigger one?
That is.
Okay, I'll try that one. This will be the first time I've been doing this with this bigger one. So
the lunge shouldn't be a big problem. It's the swing to the rack that you have to really focus on.
Well, the lunge also you have to have balance.
Yes.
So that's another place where you.
If it's too much, just go down to another bit.
Okay.
All right. Grab the kettlebell one hand. Swing it to the rack. Now, what we're going to do is this. I'll demonstrate first. We swing, step with the opposite leg, lunge. Step back and swing, lunge. There it is. Here we go. And swing and lunge. Come back. 3, 4. That's okay.
Heavy one.
9, 10. Other side. It's 10.
Oh, with a big biggie.
Very nice.
Whew. That's part of how you build courage. That was scary for me because it's a big one. How much does that weigh?
16 kilograms, 35.5 pounds.
35.5 pounds. Swinging it up like that is a lot for me. But I did it. Okay. Whew.
So we're going to do some Russian twists
Okay.
to finish off. Bring the kettlebell in between your knees. Thumbs through the handle. Tip it back towards you. Pick it up and handle to your chest. Knees and ankles together. And twist.
Lean back slightly.
3, 6, 7, 8, 10. Pick them up. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That was with that same heavy one.
Yeah, man.
Cool. I like that. I'm going to slowly go up. Use that one a little more.
For a few things, for sure.
I can swing to the rack and press that one.
I'm sure you can.
Well, I can swing to the rack.
Yeah.
I haven't tried pressing it.
Absolutely. And it's really, you know, these kettlebells, you can go from one, like an 18-pound kettlebell to a 20-pound, and then from a 20 to a 22-pound, but don't go up in quarter-pound increments.
Yeah, don't go from...
So you use the 12 kilogram until you are completely comfortable with it.
Which is where I'm at now.
Yeah.
That actually, so that one used to feel heavy to me.
Right.
Now it's like...
Now it's normal.
Now it's sort of light. It's like I'm getting a workout, but I'm not really pressing myself. So now I'm ready to start something.
Yeah. You start doing swings and a few other exercises with the bigger kettlebell.
Yeah.
Once you lose your fear of it and you gain comfort with it, then start using it for everything.
Yeah. And that's when you start seeing really the change in your body. Physical change. I mean, you'll feel it anyway because you'll be getting stronger, but to see the physical change in your body, that's when that will start happening as well.
And you don't move up until you are completely comfortable with it. You want to let your body acclimate to the weight. Once it's acclimated to the weight, now you can train with it.
Woohoo!
All right.
Yeah.
Nicely done, guys.
Happy Monday, everybody. Great start to the week. So happy that you were here with us. Who do we have with us? We have my brother Paul, Bonnie Mae, and Patty Brooklyn. We have Tropos and
Tim.
Amit. I don't know the name, but welcome. I'm so happy that you're here with us this morning, working out with us, getting strong, getting fit, ready to move on with your day. Is do your research on them. A lot of times people think if they got bitten by a tick and they don't see a red ring that they're safe, and that's not true. You can get anaplasmosis. It typically doesn't show a red ring when you get anaplasmosis. If you have had a tick embedded, you need to go see your physician to have them test to see whether or not you need antibiotics. If you have a tick embedded in your skin and either you can't get it out or you have to dig it out, then you need to go check with your physician to see if you've contracted either Lyme's disease or anaplasmosis. It's really super important. Trust me, I've had anaplasmosis. It's no joke.
Me too. It's
So,
not fun.
Sending love to everyone today. Hope you have a fantastic day. We'll see you here tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. bright and early Eastern Standard Time for another workout and some inspiration. Bye-bye.